what are you looking for?
So right now we're just letting her warm up a little bit. You want to make sure the oil temp is in the green before you do any kind of run-up check. So go to 2000. Fuel pump on, mixture rich. And you're going to turn one mag on at a time. So with the one mag only, it shouldn't drop more than 175 RPM. So it looks to be about a 50 drop. So that's good. Back to both. It should go back up to 2000 where you left it. Now we'll check right mag. Should be no more than 175. And it should be no more than 50 split between the two.
Okay.
So it looks to be about a 75. So 25 difference. That's good. Back up to 2000. Go ahead and turn your fuel pump off. Make sure the mechanical pump is still doing its job and your fuel pressure doesn't drop. Go ahead and turn your carb heat on, and you're looking for about a 75 RPM drop. Just make sure you're at 2000. Carb heat on. Right on the money, 75. So now you're in the worst configuration the plane could possibly be in. And when you come into land, this is what you're going to do. You're going to chop it all the way. So with mixture full, the pump off, and the carb heat on, this is the worst condition that the engine can shut itself off. So you're looking to make sure it doesn't die and it's not stuck. And what I like to do personally is do a full static RPM check. One, to stress the engine a little bit, because if it breaks on the ground, it's better than breaking on the air. Plus, it's good to do a static RPM check because you can cross-reference it against the manual and see if the static checks it. So what that means is just max RPM. So fuel pump on, mixture on. And the Archer 2, looking about 2200, 2300 RPM. Well past that, which is really good. I'll keep it here for like 30 seconds.
Fuel pump, this plane only has a mechanical fuel pump?
It has both. It has a mechanical pump and an electric pump.
So this is your electric pump, and the mechanical pump
is always on.
Mechanical,
right.
So there's no buttons for that.
Right. You always want it to be as lean as possible without getting too hot. So let's say we're at 6,000 feet right now. You're looking for either an RPM drop or an RPM rise. See how it's dropping?
Yeah.
So you want to go back up.
To keep it at your settings.
To keep it at max RPM. Because right now it'd be too rich, right?
Yeah.
So
there's no point to be that high if you're maintaining RPMs.
Right.
Your ideal RPMs.
So you're actually looking for a bump in RPM. So let's say I'm cruising along like 16. I bring it down. I should see a slight rise in RPM. And that's where I want my mixture. It's right there. See how it's a little above?
Yeah.
That's a perfect mixture. Now if I keep going, you'll see the RPMs will go down.
And then that's
Now,
not enough fuel to maintain the RPMs that you want.
Right, so that's peak RPM. So when you move the mixture, you either can put it in lean of peak, like lean of peak RPM, which is below. It looks really minuscule, but when you're flying for 3-4 hours, every little drop of fuel counts, and you can economize like that.
Yeah.
And it's better for the engine, so you don't foul the plugs, you don't foul it, you don't fuck stuff up.